The Iron Chancellor made it very clear that the Balkan Peninsula was a powder keg that would explode at any moment. And boom! In less than 3 years, 2 Balkan wars and an assassination that triggered the First World War. It's not that the Balkans were a haven of peace during the Second World War and during the dissolution of Yugoslavia in the 90s. Well, go take a walk around Serbia, Croatia, and Bosnia, and you'll see that some places are the perfect setting for a Silent Hill movie. The Balkan region is so conflict-ridden that the term Balkanization was coined in its honor. Even though there aren't many news stories about this region, because there are more important things to report, the Balkans can still continue to Balkanize, and they are not yet 100% pacified. If it were, why? Croatia, Albania, and Kosovo have recently signed a military alliance, to which Serbia has responded hand in hand with Hungary. What the hell is going on? Are we approaching the Balkan War 4.0? Are you interested? Go ahead then, stay until the end of the video. Parenthesis. As I've been telling you for a while, I started in the trading world to be able to invest in my channel and thus improve the production of the videos. I believe the improvements are evident. My secret is Pocket Broker, a platform which makes operations easy and simple, even if you have no knowledge in trading. I'll explain the first 3 steps. First, download the application and register. Second, open your first transaction. Third, review for a moment, and that's it. We already have $100. Let me give you a quick trading tip. Before making any operation, I usually use the candlestick chart from Pocket Broker to identify trends. For example, if you perceive 3 green candles in a row, it could mean an upward trend. This is the perfect time to place a call option. If I'm honest, this advice has helped me make wiser decisions and thus increase my chances of success. If you're already ready to trade, setting it up is extremely simple. The registration process at Pocket Broker is faster. What Putin talking about special operation in Ukraine? You can register using your email, Google or Facebook in just a few clicks. Also, today I bring you a big surprise with my promotional code MAPA9. By registering, you will be able to access a bonus on your first deposit. What a great way to start with this extra boost. Do you already want to withdraw your earnings safely? Pocket Broker offers you safe options. You can do it through bank transfers, electronic wallets, or even cryptocurrencies. You can also have access to your funds quickly and easily. A tremendous benefit. With 0% withdrawal commission, 24/7 support, and over 130 assets offering up to 92% return, which include currency pairs, indices, stocks, and cryptocurrencies. Available all day. Pocket Broker is the best platform to start earning money from today. Don't wait any longer. Start seeing these extra income that you have dreamed of with Pocket Broker. Don't forget to use my promotional code MAPA9 to get a bonus. I'll leave the link in the description and first comment. If we want to find the main epicenter of discord in the Balkans, let's move to Kosovo, as we have already talked a lot about the topic on the Long Story Short channel. Kosovo is a predominantly Albanian region that declared its independence from Serbia in 2008, a decade after an independence war that ended with a NATO bombing of the former Yugoslavia. For this reason, the Serbian appreciation towards the United States and the West is as much as Hugo Chavez had for George Bush. Serbians still consider Kosovo as part of their territory. However, Kosovo acts de facto as an independent state that does not have the recognition of all the countries in the world, such as Russia and China. Even 5 countries of the European Union, including Spain, have not yet established diplomatic relations with Kosovo. The great dilemma in this mess is that in northern Kosovo there still lives a Serbian majority who precisely have not had such a good time under the Albanian Kosovar government. In Kosovo is one of the most important bases of the United States, Camp Bondsteel, which is also not to Russia's liking. And oh surprise! Serbia is one of the few European countries that did not join the sanctions against the Kremlin. On the other hand, their mobilization of troops to the southern border in December of 2022 did not exactly help to calm tensions. Let's continue talking about Serbians, but from other latitudes, even though they are the same people speaking the same language. Something like Catalans and Valencians, Serbians, Croatians, and Bosnians. They differentiated for historical and religious reasons. Which is why Bosnia, a country with significant minorities from all three groups, was the epicenter of the slaughter during the Yugoslav wars. The saddest episode, the Srebrenica massacre, where over 8,000 Bosnian Muslims were killed after the Dayton Accords of 1995. It was decided that the country would be formed as a bifederation composed of Bosnia and Herzegovina, where Bosnians and Croats would coexist, and the Republika Srpska with a Serbian majority, and which is currently presided over by Milorad Dodik. This guy could be considered a Serbian Giuseppe Garibaldi, as in his speech he repeats like a broken record a possible union of all Serbs, something that Croats and Bosnians do not look upon favorably. The reason why I'm making this video is because of this recent news. Kosovo, Albania, and Croatia have signed a military alliance to which Bulgaria is cordially invited. You don't have to be a scholar in geopolitics to realize that this is a full-fledged anti-Serbian alliance. For cultural reasons, Kosovo, which fears a Serbian invasion, is supported by Albania. On the Croatian side, apparently, resentments with Serbia, created by the Yugoslav wars of the 90s, are still in effect. Serbia's reaction, naturally, is to feel threatened and seek its own alliances. But how complicated is it to seek it on a continent completely aligned with the United States and NATO, and therefore with Kosovo? Like in every family, there is a black sheep, or in this case achromatic, that bans lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender marches. Music to the ears of Putin and Kadyrov, none other than Viktor Orban's Hungary. 10 days after the signing of the Croatia-Kosovo-Albania alliance, Serbia signed a military cooperation agreement with Hungary. Beyond the fact that Orban has been flirting with Russia and therefore against the rest of the European Union, it turns out that Serbia is one of its main trading partners. From a military point of view, this is a relief for the northern flank of the anti-Serbian alliance, so it would have to clash with Croatia. Do you remember I told you about the Garibaldi of the Balkans? Milorad Dodik, true to his style, seems to have once again defied the joint presidency of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Forgetting that he does not preside over a sovereign country, but only a part of the federation. And he has declared that the Serb Republic could join the Serbo-Hungarian alliance. I don't know, Rick, it smells like civil war in Bosnia to me. But wait, there's more than just the powers. They never turn a blind eye when there's a conflict. Again, you don't need many brain cells to realize that the alliance is an attempt for Kosovo, which is not yet a full member, to get closer to NATO, who, in addition to the Bondsteel base, also has the Mijail Kogalniciano agrodrome in Constanza, Romania, and a potential base in the port of Durrës, Albania. Putin seems to have not yet spoken out about the alliance, but it is known about his good relations with Serbia and Orban's Hungary. Some media have referred to Dodi as his colleague, and this April 2nd, shortly before the signing of the Serbian-Hungarian agreement, he was received in the Kremlin. And they even took a little photo together. Could this have given wings to the Serbian Garibaldi to then declare so nonchalantly that he will join the Serbia-Hungary alliance? I suppose the position of the world's sheriff, the great mediator of the Balkans, the United States, remains pending. If you thought he would support Kosovo, indisputably, then you thought wrong. Let's remember that the policy of the new American president is as predictable as your toxic girlfriend's attitude. And apparently, there are diverse opinions within his close circle. It is known that at a business level, Trump has investments in both Serbia and Albania. On March 8th, the United States Secretary of State Marco Rubio sent a message on X to Dodik, criticizing him for his separatist actions. Another of his trusted men, Rudy Giuliani, is very close to Dodik. And he even visited Srpska, where he gave a speech with a cap that said, "Make Srpska great again." While in his position as NATO leader, the United States should align with the Kosovo-Croatia-Albania alliance. We have already seen that he recently supported Russia in a vote at the United Nations General Assembly. So, nothing assures us that this time he will make a new alliance adjustment. Or perhaps he will remain neutral, like Switzerland. Where do you think he will lean? At this point, some might be wondering, what would a war between both sides look like? Serbia and Hungary together have about 50,000 soldiers and about 1,500 armored vehicles. As for the Air Force, Serbia has 14 MiG-29 planes and 4 Rafale. Hungary has 14 JAS-39 Gripen. The Triple Alliance, for its part, has a considerably smaller number of ground troops, about 28,500. If we talk about armored vehicles, Croatia stands out with 76 M8 4D tanks, while Albania with some Cougar armored vehicles. Kosovo's equipment is light, so their contribution would be limited to providing their territory equipped with military bases. Although the Serbo-Hungarian joint force may seem stronger due to its greater armored and aerial capacity, the Triple Alliance has NATO interoperability as well as shared intelligence in more diverse geographical positions. Others might be wondering, but Sebas, would a Balkan War really break out? 4.0. Apparently, this new arms and alliance race in the region has not raised much concern. In early April, NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte said it was not necessary to put this situation on the transatlantic alliance's agenda. For his part, Serbian analyst Vuk Vukasanovic pointed out that potential belligerent countries do not have enough resources for a conflict, and that local elites would not risk their position by starting a war in the Balkans. Likewise, the status of NATO allies among Hungary, Croatia, and Albania could calm the waters, as has already happened between Turkey and Greece. So, as you see, even though the short-term possibilities of a Balkan War 4.0 are minimal, the truth is that this could be the start of an arms race. The region is not free from continuing to Balkanize, and apparently there are still demons from the past that have not been fully resolved. Let's pay attention to the evolution of this geopolitical area. Do you think peace and stability can be maintained in the Balkans in the long term?